Hello, my name is Natalie B, and I'm a freshman at Grant High School. I feel like most students my age aren't 100% sure on their major, but luckily for me, I am one of those students. Even though I don't have a set major, I think it opens up a lot of new possibilities, but I'm hoping it will become more clear to me later on. My biggest hobby is dancing, and I've been dancing for 4 years now, but due to COVID, I stopped going last year. I also really enjoy reading, which is pretty ironic because I disliked it so much when I was younger. But now, to me, reading is kind of like watching a movie, but with more room for your creative imagination. Since you don't see the story happening in front of you, you get to picture it in your own head. Many people don't like reading over movies, but I'm gonna have to disagree with that slightly. Now, don't get me wrong, I do really love watching movies, but sometimes when a book is turned into a movie, the writers leave out those tiny details that make the book what it really is. This leads to the book and movie leaving you in totally different emotions and contradicting feelings. While sometimes the movies turn out great, most of the time you kind of lose the magic of the book. Throughout my life, I have had many embarrassing moments, but my most embarrassing moment was in my 5th grade year. For PE, our whole class was playing sharks and minnows. As I was running to the safety line, I unknowingly ran into a muddy part of our grass field and slipped and fell on my butt. That definitely was not my best moment. And just to make things worse, one of my classmates saw me fall and tried hard not to laugh when asking if I was okay. Just perfect, right? But worst of all, I got tagged and became a shark. My favorite injury story was when I was in 3rd grade. My friends and I were playing with the monkey bars on the playground. There were these thin poles on the sides of the monkey bars that supported it. My friends were running around one of the poles, so naturally, I wanted to join. Instead of having a fun time, I hit my right eyebrow on the bar, and it started bleeding. This is my favorite injury story because I didn't know I was bleeding until my friend said, "Why is there ketchup on your forehead?" When I touched my forehead, I started crying and freaking out because it was in fact blood and not ketchup. Thankfully, I didn't need any stitches for the injury, but now I have a tiny scar on my right eyebrow. My family came from Armenia from the 1980s to 1990s and came to live in Hollywood, California, so I was born and raised here, and I plan to stay here too. Originally, I didn't know what a communications class was until I did research to my relatives and trusty Google. Now that I understand that this course helps with public speaking, I am grateful to be taking it because I tend to get really nervous and anxious before presenting in front of others. I am hoping that learning public speaking skills will help me in future class presentations and communicating professionally with coworkers when I'm older. Some of my educational goals are making sure to pass my classes with B's or better. I also want to finish college after high school, and I'm hoping to get my bachelor's degree. Some life goals of mine are improving my physical fitness, finding a career that I truly enjoy, and spending lots of time with friends and family. Something interesting about me that you should know is that I love capturing memories. Cameras, videos, and photos are very important to me because I get to capture the moment before it is past. I could look through old photos and videos all day because it reminds me of the adventures I went on and the things I did with the people I loved. Even though this past year has kept us from making memories with each other, it has showed us what is truly important in our lives: our family, our friends, and of course, our health. Hopefully, when schools reopen and everything begins to go back to normal, we will be able to share laughs about this past year and hopefully make up for lost time. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you got to learn a bit about me.